Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode. Today will probably be the last video I am able to get in, because tomorrow ladder resets on Path of Exile, and I promised a friend I'd play with him. So, oh. So I'll be playing that for a little bit, but don't want anyone to think that, I've lost interest or whatever. I'm actually extremely hyped about not only this and getting to find these items, but god damn it. Oh my god, fuck, shit. What a fucking hassle. Okay, hopefully I can just sneak in there one... Fuck. I guess it's not meant to be. But yeah, there's actually been talk about Thehell 2 recently. And basically what seems to be what's happening is some new item bases are made, and there's a sheet out that you can find on the Patreon page, and it's I think there's about 20 of them. We got some, oh fuck, from this side too. We got pretty much some gloves for each type of class. The one that obviously sparked my interest was the Warlock gauntlets, I think they're called. Had about 18 to 21 AC. So that's pretty good. I also gotta keep in mind though that armor class from the chest will likely be adjusted to fit. You know, it probably wouldn't make any sense to have 20 AC on top of everything else, even though the Hell is meant to be at least have the option to be a little bit easier. So, I wonder if they're coming. Oh, they're actually coming for me. That's fucking cool. Death minions. I do have to get them. Both types of archers. It's gonna be shit. I gotta find the stairs though. Okay. Oh wow, I got boxed in. Alright, well, it looks like oh, I didn't save the game. Okay, you know what? I'm just making up new fucking game. It's taking way too fucking long. But yeah, from the pictures that I saw, it looked like things had already been set in motion. Like you could put, there's belts, boots, gloves, all these slots that you could have equipped. So I don't want to overextend here, use too many Novas. And I think Mortar said he just had to, what did he say? He had to like program after the items were finally finished, but they're pretty close. Oh wow, unique from a chest. Panoply, I've heard that before. it's not for me. And I don't usually like the hype train, usually just because it sets up a really high expectation for something to be done or for something to be better. But, you know, after so many massive games have done that to death, where they basically, you know, like 4 years in advance you'd hear a game's coming out, and then they'd say, alright, but we had a setback. And it's like, you know, 5 years. It's like, okay, well, after 5 years, people just stop caring, like, you know what I mean? And then they start to get, like, you know, they expect it to be so much better than it really should be. Because, you know, you've been hyping it for 5 years. You know, naturally, your brain just goes like, well, 5 years. This is going to be a fucking spectacle. Will mortal eyes even be able to witness? Okay, gonna want to get rid of those archers. It doesn't look like I could get them all. It knocked me right back into him, that was great. Alright, we're in a pretty good spot here. Alright, well that's just going to take a while for my golem. I'll deal with the other enemies here. I'm never really sure when the sweet spot to use Bone Spirit is. It's, some things have really high magic resist and it's not even worth it to use it at all. Others you really don't have to worry. You can use it right down until about 5,000 health, so never really know. Can't see anything. But yeah, so when I finish up with Path of Exile, which I'm not really sure when it'll be, but there'll be lots to come back to, you know. There'll probably be Thehell 2. I'll get to see if, you know, I can keep my monk file. If not, I'll quickly make a new character and just kind of breeze through, probably on my monk again. But if I do get to keep the save file, then, you know, all the better. Where's that Balor boss? And Thehell is updated monthly, which is really good. That means, you know, could come back to a couple big updates. Right now, I think there's a lot of the artwork's being redone, so maybe get to gloss over that. Maybe there'll be something done with the rods in the game. I guess there's just not a Ballard boss here. I couldn't see one. Oh well. So yeah, maybe rods will get reworked. And that means more theory crafting for me, hopefully. But there was a couple options kind of tossed around. You know, there's advocates. Those are Q level 62. Shit. Oh shit. That's good I didn't hit too many of them. But yeah, there was his idea was maybe to change the stats from 3 to 3.5 apexes total instead of 2. I still think that doesn't really fix it, just because it still lends power to the rods that are already powerful. So you've got ones that are one-handed. They not only get the AC bonus of being, you know, a Rod of the Blood Shaman, which is 11 to 15, and a shield, which gives them 2 apexes. But now Rod of Blood Shamans only get, you know, 3 to 3.5. That wouldn't really. That's not really the way to go, I don't think. I think it should just be the same as a melee class. You know, melee gets ah, damn it. Melee class gets 4 apexes between, you know, their either dual weapons or weapon and shield. So I think it's fair that the mage gets that. You know, I'm not really opposed, say, to having. Well, I kind of am. Having 4 affixes on a rod. Just because if you have mana charges, usually they're kind of given as like a freebie stat or like a stat that's not really one whole affix. So you have that, and then it's like, okay, you have 4 affixes to work with. But now you've got to shove 4 affixes into 4 affixes. And I know that sounds like reasonable, you know, 1 each, but say if it's something like you want the penalty to be like lose all regeneration and give up like 10 to resist all and like 20 AC. Some people might prefer that over something like I don't know, like negative 75 magic, like on the Joker's Beak, or 70 magic. Okay, where is that caster boss? Looks like the whole rest of the level isn't really needed for me to kill. But that caster boss, I do need to find that. Is that them? No. No? Yeah. Nope. Oh, this might be them. That is them. Alright, now I can take it a little bit more slow this time. The other option would be to make mana charges, or just some kind of charge, like the base for Rod of Blood Shamans, so it doesn't take up a whole stat, either on a blue item or... I think on blue items it kind of has to. There's no real getting around that. But, well, I don't know how easy that is to code either, to just have like wands of mana and be rods of blood shaman. He did make a wand of mana for the start of the game. When you start out as a mage, that didn't used to exist, and that's honestly, in my opinion, that's a great help. Especially for someone who, you know, maybe just can't aim with their spells or kind of overestimates how much mana they have. You're kind of stuck there, just like, you know, you can't really fire at anything because you don't have any mana. So that was a great move. Shit. Alright, so my fire resist is kind of shit here, but we don't want to waste forever, so maybe we flash? No. Okay. Maybe now we flash. Oh, he's fire. And the other option is to just plainly put them as one-handed staffs. And naturally you'd have to rebalance them under any method really chosen as a remedy, but well, I think that one-handed things are probably the best way to go. Not only do you have oh, is that a boss pack? Oh, that's shitty. Alright. Is this boss pack? It's gonna take so fucking long. I forget if I saved or not. Shit, we pulled some extra guys. But yeah, if you have one-handed staffs, not only do you get 4 stats, like, you know, seems fair, you also get to free up a lot of the slots. Sure, you know, if you made it innately, staffs have mana charges, that may free up one, but the problem with that is that you're kind of forcing mana charges to be a partial stat, which you know, isn't really very good for creative routes. You know, you're definitely going to want to play your way at Harvey's or whatever that restaurant's called, but you know, if someone wants to go pure DPS, they may not give one flying fuck about, you know, having mana charges or whatever. But then you're still kind of taxing them because, you know, say that this had like 3 to 3.5 stats. Well, you know, a half stat or 1 stat is basically the charges that you're accounting for, and I don't really think that's, you know, a great way to go about it. I mean, I would obviously take that, a half stat for like mana charges, but like not everyone would. And a big focus on the forum has been, you know, to go with heavy damage builds. I've noticed that pattern, and also even with the Patreons, I've noticed that their items have been Venzin's Desire, which is one of the shields I'm going after, is heavy damage oriented. I mean, I also think it's because like mages only have 1 to 2 viable shield options, but you know, also it follows suit that it was made to be damage oriented, so that says something. It's really throwing me off though that like in all this time I think I've only seen one or two Griffin shields, but like I've never found one on a Q level 62 boss or on Diablo. And I mean I really thought I'd see one on Diablo because you know he drops 10 fucking items. So. But yeah, I'm starting to wonder maybe I need to be in purgatory, or maybe my stats are just too high and like I can only find it from like barrels and stuff that ignore like drops. I'm really just kind of grasping at straws. It may just be like dumb luck. I know the system's not entirely random, so maybe my like computer just isn't really set up to have, you know, perfect random chances, and it skews more towards finding, say, like sorcerer plates. I found a decent amount of them. Actually, I don't think there's another boss I've added. No, there's not. So I can just do Diablo here. Basically, the Advocates was the only boss that's 62. Ah, fuck, wrong Nova. Alright, there we go. Oh, I totally messed this up. Damn it. Okay, how do I want to do this here? Well, I guess I don't really have a good way to do it, so maybe lightning won't trigger them? No, it definitely does. Okay, other method would be to try one at a time. This may work, this may not work. This just basically I know as soon as I hit one, it's gonna come right up here, so maybe I won't have to miss as much. pretty high roll on that. I think Vitality goes up to plus 30, but I'm not positive. Too bad Vitality wouldn't really work on anyone, except maybe a Gladiator. Alright. I don't know what I feel like. Maybe an Aklamairon. Because the build actually I have right now, it feels pretty good. I don't know if it'll be as good as if I find the Joker's Folly, but at least it feels kind of how I'd want to play. But the Alchemire build, I am kind of curious just to try to see if, well, if damage builds are a little out of control and it's really stupid to play any other way. Like, I mean, naturally it's probably a little bit more frustrating to have to play so defensively, but, well, I'm still curious. I don't think I could ever ruin myself. You know, I feel like I'd always play Mage this way, even though I know like other ways are better. It's kind of like, you know, I'd obviously play a Scout if I wanted to be like the most well-equipped player in the game, but, well, you like what you like. This corner will not do. Trying to aim to make a path directly to me and the boss, but it seems as soon as I clear a little bit of a path, my golem dies, and I have to kind of like restart the train over again. So. Wizard Mask and Skull Mask. Alright. Staff, I don't think or maybe it's a mace. I don't think I need it regardless.
The spirits of the dead are now avenged.
Not really the drops for me. Alright, maybe feeling like a hive run.
I cannot get there from here.
Hopefully he's alone. Ugh, blinking demons, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. I think they take fire, I'm not positive here. Okay, I got the Defiler somewhere here. I'm surprised I'm not getting Apocalypse though. It's kind of a shitty angle, it's really hard to see here, so gotta be careful with my Novas. Got a pretty good funnel up here. Ooh, Asmodan's thingamajig. Asmodan's power. Oh, and funnily enough, mine only has plus 17 to all attributes. This one has plus 18. And I think it has more resist all and one less armor class penalty. So that item is the one I use for, well, not me, but Intimid. I know he doesn't watch these videos, but I feel like I should give credit where credit is due. His high DPS build that he posted on the forum. So, upping that build just a little bit seems like a good thing. Okay, what does this guy take? Okay, it's lightning. Before I can even Nova him, he just fucking whizzes away. not dealing with that guy. Okay, well I probably stirred up the whole level, so I'll have to clear it, I think all of it. As long as it's not the... Oh yeah, shit, these guys are fire. Get! Oh my god. Hate that you can't aim in a straight line when they're there. Yeah, as long as there's no blink demons, it shouldn't be too bad. But I really hope I didn't find the blink demon boss, because that's just an accident waiting to happen. Actually, these guys aren't as bad. In multiplayer, they're brutal. They take a lot of damage and they warp a fair bit, so not really a lot of fun. Where's that boss? Maybe it's the Lashworm boss? There's the fucking other boss. The blinkers. Alright, let's see if I can make a real quick jimmy here. Half-ass corner. Alright, that should do. Want to hopefully pull all of them if we can. Actually, we may not even need it. Looks like they're just pretty squishy. That or spell levels are better than we expected. Oh, the AC there, that was really good. I might be underestimating this 250 AC. I was told a while ago that, you know, for Mage, roughly like 210 is low, 230 is average, and 250 is high. That's at least what I remember. I'm not positive, but I think that is what he said. And I mean, someone told me that over the internet, so obviously it's true. But, no, I feel like he was semi-hardcore into the game. He was someone who used to play Mage, but he liked his power Mage, and he would only play with, like, no resist. I think before Ocula Meyer and the Tyrael's Blessing, or Talrash's Blessing, or Binding, was reworked, it was, that was his forte, level 46 or 7 spell levels, but I don't know if that's in the corner. Is it? Yeah, I think it's in the corner. Okay. No, it's not in the corner. Fuck. This guy just fucking walked through here? What? Alright, well it looks like we're just clearing the whole fucking level. Hopefully they can't just ignore this wall. like they've been doing. How is this guy? Oh, he's the boss. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. He's not magic. Is he fire? No, he's not fire. Oh my god. Ah, this is terrible. I can't teleport too far because my golem won't stick with it. I can identify this bangle while I wait. And see what else can I do. It's such a shitty setup because you've got to knock him back, but if you knock him back, he's charging you. It'd be best if we snuck a corner. Not terrible for a mid-level guy. Finally out of battle. Okay, well we get to keep this Asmodan's power. So not a total loss of a run. Time for a new game.
Good day.
I guess I can
How
just
may I
deposit
serve
that.
you?
This is a place of great power.
Okay. Lightning deed? No. These are not the enemies we are looking for. I keep forgetting to save, damn. It's a pretty nice green. I like that. And did that chest just do 800 damage? 750 damage? Wow. It's not the most insane I've ever seen. I think I saw a level, or yeah, 950 damage to a gladiator. One-shot him to death from a small chest trap. No, that was pretty funny. Oh yeah, I should be looking around to see like what enemies are here. Okay, it doesn't look like there are any that I need. Okay, we need those guys. The Cryptstones, that's good. Snakes, we don't need that, but... Okay, well, faster hit recovery just does not matter for that situation, it looks like. And that wasn't just dumb luck, that was like, that wasn't happening.
Not enough mana.
Oh, fucking hate that mob. Get wrecked. Wonder if I could use that shitty spell to kill one. Still in battle? That's pretty strange. Killed the boss. I mean, I don't know what else. Oh, these guys. Okay. Not sure. I forget what he takes. So it's fire. Okay. Alright, what did this guy drop? Amulet. Alright, we'll get our save in. We'll check, see what other enemies we got. Oh, Deathslayer. Okay, that's good. Alright, maybe that was a bad idea. Trying to weed them out, but it's getting kind of dangerous. I better just play it safe. And we got a little bit of an fuck. Golem didn't cover the other way. I was gonna say a little bit of an artificial funnel because of the square on the ground, but cast a lightning nova out just so maybe I can get rid of this ranged guy faster. It's just kind of like free time anyway. There's talk on the forum about elixirs and uniques. It's kind of an interesting idea, you know. If an item is going to drop unique, drop an elixir, and then there's like a 10% chance on that drop for it to be, you know, like a double elixir drop. Now, I don't particularly like this idea for Doom, just because, you know, if you're in Doom, you know, you probably want those items, and if you already have max stats, well, you're just cutting the chance to find uniques by whatever this percent to drop extra elixirs is. And naturally, I think there's some benefit to it, but it's just, maybe if it was a purgatory thing or a normal thing. The thing is that, like, if you have a system like this, you don't want it to be that frequent. I'd say what's like something that would be fair is like every 4 levels, you know, it should be reasonable to expect you can find 1 elixir, guaranteed. That would be like my rough approximation. Like, I know it's a lot higher than that, but I just feel like that would make it so it's not crazy. Like, people aren't just like, you know, wow, this game's so easy now, all that shit. It just kind of a small enough bonus, but it's still there. So maybe in like Purgatory you could have that, and that's that would also kind of make you want to move on to Doom if you are going straight for items, because you have less chance to find these elixirs. But the thing with that, what I'm suggesting doesn't make sense, is because I don't think you can make percentage chance drops. See, like full holy waters, they always drop from bosses, and I guess it's like a full healing and a full mana in Purgatory, and then like a regular potion of each in normal, but they always drop. You know, if I had one where it was like, you know, every 16 enemies, maybe you're guaranteed it, or like, you know, the odds are 1 in 16 unique bosses will drop it. It's like, well, I just don't think it's possible. Something about like every item has to be possible to drop. And probably the best idea that I think can't be implemented because of some kind of limitation that I've heard of, or maybe it's just in my head, but I'm pretty sure that someone on the forum said it. It was basically, as you level, you get progressively more stats every level. So say from like level 1 to 10 you get 5 points, but from level 10 to 20 you get 6 points, and then from like 20 to 30 you get 7 points, and so on. So basically you get like an upscale, because naturally it's so much harder to level once you hit that like level 20 area. But I think there's something like it's hard-coded to only give 5 stats, so you can't do that. So that's alright, but I mean, that is the one that I think would make most sense. Implores you to level, isn't crazy, it's just a little bit extra health. There's also the quest, but I'm not really sure how that's going. I haven't seen a lot of people get back to Mordor on that. Personally, I'm not a fan of doing quests that I can fail. It just agitates the shit out of me. But, you know, on a more tanky class, like say a Paladin or a Gladiator, you know, maybe it won't be such a big issue. Fuck. You know what? I'm killing all these enemies and it doesn't matter. None of them are the enemies I need. I should be, not killing them, essentially. You know what, I want to replay that. Maybe I can get to Uber Diablo the other way. Oh, another boss. Sick. He was right there the whole time. Wow. Maybe lightning is good in this spot. I think this hits all 3 of them. I could be wrong. Lightning Ball, I think, just has the edge over lightning at these spell levels. doesn't take fire. I don't know what this guy takes. Maybe it's magic. No, not magic. Oh, it's lightning too. Okay. Alpha Mask could have potential. Almost a decent roll. Arbitrary ring, I didn't remember I had. I don't think there'll be a death minion boss, but maybe. Fuck, I can't really see. Okay, it looks like a soul burner. Death minion, death minion. I don't think that's... Yeah, I don't think that's their boss. Yeah. Okay, so I guess if I can get there, Diablo is for my taking. That fucking hassle. Actually, I should be careful about firing that way. There's the snake boss down there. Alright. I wonder if they have an increased chance to be champions or something, because it seems a lot of them are champions in there. Usually when I come to do these Diablo runs. Shit, should have thought of that first. Fuck. Such a fucking hassle. Get out of here. really want to get that blood guy out of there. Alright. Probably gonna have to guzzle some potions here, but that's alright. Oh my god, I found a Ring of the Zodiac. Holy shit. Wow. They do exist, boys. They do exist. Somehow, some way. Fuck. Now, it's not my first time finding a Zodiac. I think I found a plain Zodiac and armored Zodiac ring, but nonetheless, it's quite a treat to just know that, you know, they do exist, and, you know, once in a while you do find that really rare find. I mean, the one I rolled was really low. It's the lowest Zodiac you can get, but it's the spirit of the hunt that really counts. Chaos Shield, Chaos Shield. Man, what are the odds? Like, just no fucking Griffin Shield.
I have no room. I have no room. I do not have a spell ready.
That's the part leech one I was talking about. Both leeches increase life stealing. This is it's really strange to me because, you know, you get 1% lifesteal, but then you have increased lifestealing on top of it. So technically, it's like, you know, you have a little bit, you have your lifesteal, your mana steal, if you want mana steal, all wrapped up. But if you don't want the mana steal, it's not really, you know, like it's okay, but it's just like an average item. It's like a 2-stat item. But if you can find use for that mana steal, it is pretty good. Alright, well, I think I'll make a new game on that note. Actually, I'm going to do a Purgatory game. I just want to see if I can roll some Griffin Shields when I do
Greetings!
on level 1. And it's important because, well, first off, I'll know You know, if it was just a fluke finding Griffin Shields on Doom,
The smell of death
or
surrounds me.
you know, if I can really speed up these runs looking for Ocular Mire. The good thing is, like, a lot of enemies are down here, so just killing
Cast that.
the sheer amount of enemies will usually drop some decent base items. At least we get to see a lot of them. I shouldn't open chests. Just because I don't want to confuse myself. I want to see if they can actually drop from enemies.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
Kind of forget doorways exist after a while.
I cannot cast that.
Brigadine. Let's just check the stats on Brigadine. 70 dex, 35 bait. Alright, well. 35 feet. That's a lot lower than mine, so yeah, they should be able to drop here. I don't know though.
I cannot get there from here. I cannot cast that yet. I cannot cast that yet. I cannot cast that yet.
Really didn't need to turn on Fury for this, I mean.
Cannot cast that. I cannot cast that yet.
Centurion helmet. Oh, Pride of the Ancients, I think. Nice. And this one I think is the best vitality roll. I'm not sure about the DFE, how high that goes, but I feel like this may be a good one. I'm going to keep this. This item used to be absolutely busted. It had like 5 just positive stats on it. Now it just kind of got low AC, so I don't know if it sees real late game play, but cool that I found it nonetheless.
I cannot cast that yet. I cannot cast that yet. I cannot cast that yet. I cannot cast that yet.
Okay, so if a Chaos Shield can drop here, I am going to deduce that 100% a Kite or a Griffin Shield can drop here. That is my deduction, just because it has higher stats in all aspects than a Griffin Shield. So, with that in mind, Purgatory may be the place to go for all my home decor needs. No, for finding my Ocular Mire, that is. That was level 2. I'm not sure if Well, no. Okay, if that can be found on level 2, then a level 1 has to have
Cannot get there from here.
the other one. Okay. Well, that is useful information to know. Maybe we'll do, I don't really know what to do. Maybe a defiler run. Finish it off with something I like.
This is a place of great power.
Okay. I thought these could only spawn on level 22 or later, but I guess I was wrong. Alright. Oh, defiler already. Wow. Here I'm just gonna keep firing straight because they have to take that path to fire at me. Fuck. Fucking shit. Golem moved on me. Does he just not go through walls? That's really interesting if he doesn't. I really forgot about that then. Okay, I gotta get ready to warp here, but I'm pretty sure he just doesn't come. Wow. Okay, lightning wall actually works on him. That is great news for scouts.
No. I do not have a spell ready. I cannot get there from here.
Oh, the battle's not over. Alright, there's a boss. Ooh, might be two bosses. Ooh, another unique. Dust deep, but not perfect stats. One thing I thought was interesting was Illyria talked about increasing cast speed, or decreasing cast speed, I guess, as a bonus for Mage. And I thought, you know, that's been tossed around a few times on the forums, no doubt. I've suggested it. I think I'm just guessing someone else has before me. It just kind of seems like a typical thing in most games like this. So basically, it's come up again, but it's cool that he kind of came up with the idea while he was playing Mage. It kind of just, you know, it seems to fit a want that's actually from a player who plays the character. I can see why it would probably get a little out of hand if every character had it. Oof, that was a big hit. You know, you'd have assassins casting as fast as Mage, and you know, for really only one stat. But the thing with that is you can probably overstat it, or make it cost a little bit more than one stat. Kind of like losing all resistances. Like, it kind of gives you free reign to make like the bonuses a little bit better because you're fucking over your resistances. Even if you can like pump them back up, it just you lose them all, or lose all regeneration. You just lose all your regeneration, even if you have 100% increased regeneration. He was thinking for damage that it would be good for the game. I think that's true, but my mind instantly went to while casting, like in situations like this where you're whizzing around and trying to like maneuver this while, you know, on faster attack speed is like crack. But I think that would be fun. It would definitely be cool to try and master that if it's possible. One thing that I think kind of would limit it is that teleport already seems to be limited. You can tell when I cast teleport quickly twice in a row, it well, it resets itself. So like I'll go half the distance, or I'll go backwards even a little bit. Oh shit, that's where they are. But being able to shuffle through enemies for things like Stone Curse, that would be pretty useful in my opinion. Bam, triple kill. Oh boy. But yeah, you could shuffle through a whole group of enemies with Stone Curse really quickly with more increased attack speed. And I think that would be pretty cool. You know, your utility goes up a lot when you can heal someone, well, at much higher cast speed, really. Your mana goes down faster, but all the same, you know, if someone's at like, I'd say 100 health, yeah, you're probably not going to pick them back up if they're in a heated battle themselves. But if you had increased cast speed, you probably could. And with something like that, maybe it could be only on Rods of Blood Shaman, so that mages are the only ones who can really utilize it. It may feel a little bit like fastest attack speed, which is just kind of like attack speed on crack, or minigun, as people sometimes call it. But yeah, I really think that that'd be a cool feature. If not in the Hell 1, then in the Hell 2 definitely. But yeah, really good idea, in my opinion. Because right now, as it stands, you can change the spell mid-cast, which is beneficial, but I feel like with increased cast speed, you would lose that, which may be good for some people, but, you know, for me, if I'm just kind of like startled and I don't know what's coming at me, I'm just like, I just cast a spell. And then later I find out what it is mid-cast, you know, it can kind of change. Fuck out the way, how? All these enemies in the way. Stone, yeah, Stonecurse worse. Great. Alright. Alright, well that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Like I said, probably take a little break, then I'll come back and be full throttle. I'm not really much into playing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've tried it in the past, and sometimes I do it, but it seems like I usually play one game fairly hard and don't really play the other ones. So maybe the odd episode here or there, but most likely it'll be cold turkey from this point. Anyway, catch you guys next time.